Welcome to another episode of the Grapevine podcast. I am Shell.
And I'm Soph.
And we're there.
We are back again in our home. And we also have a guest today.
So my name is Kit. I'm an actor and data coach. And yeah, I'm here based in London. Happy to be here.
Lovely. Happy to have you
Thank you
today.
very much for joining us.
Good stuff. We are interrupting this pod for a moment to let you know that this episode is sponsored by Haven Talk Studio.
It's a content creation studio where you're guaranteed to create some entertaining and eye-catching content.
Mm-hmm. Whether you want to create a podcast, tutorial video, an audio book or live stream, Haven Talk Studio's got you covered.
So book now using our discount code Grapevine15, or if you're interested in block bookings, use code GrapevineBlock15. That'll give you 15% off.
To find out more about Haven Talk Studio, visit their website on www.haventalks.co.uk.
You can also find everything we have mentioned in the description below.
Now let's get back to the episode. We're also sponsored by Shake It Well, Shake It Well, Shake It Well. Brummy's own juice and juice. You can go check them out, Shake It Well _Bravo Juice. Go make your orders because he delivers to your door now. Very sufficient, aren't you, Bravo?
It sure is. And I think that's my cue to fill up my cup.
Help yourself.
Pass me my favourite one, please.
I'm loving the colours of these cups.
Yes.
They're so vibrant over
Don't
here.
feel like we've got all... Is that yours?
Yes, that's my favourite
Yeah,
one.
I'm going to help
Pick a
myself.
Sky and
flavour.
apple, everybody,
Yeah.
is my favourite for those who don't know.
Mango
But this
and
is
fruit
the...
Yeah, it's got some interesting flavours.
I'll
So,
take it.
yeah.
And they are really fruity, really fresh and healthy as well.
And they just look very Caribbean-y.
Yeah, and you can actually freeze them. They're nice frozen.
Yes,
Yeah,
they are
slushy,
nice frozen.
beautiful.
Oh, I can imagine.
They really
Yeah.
are, actually.
Drop a little bit of something strong, whatever your...
Yes, please. I'll take it.
And you can't
And
go
it is
wrong.
nice.
Well,
Nice
yes,
and
Kit,
summer.
it is nice to have you
What's
on
with
the
this one?
show today.
Well, thank you for having me. It'd be
Yes,
fun.
lovely to have you. We really want to get to know you because that's what we do for the Grapevine. We literally always try to do a little bit of a get to know you segment.
Yes.
So we got a little something here for you. So we start our first segment with Talk to the Hand,
Okay.
as y'all know. And it's just to throw you off a little bit. We're going to ask you questions and
Yes.
see if you can multitask.
It's good. All right. Sure.
That's
Give
the
it to
main
me.
aim of the
Let's
game.
do
I
it.
think it's on
Let's do
properly.
it.
Can you double check?
I think so. Is it? Yes, it is on.
I can't hear anything.
Faff that around a bit. If that comes loose, then it's...
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Damn, this is like a...
Yeah,
sounds like
it
you get
is.
electrocuted.
I really want it to electrocute, but we're not there yet.
I think that'd
just
be
yet.
fun.
We have to get insurances
That'll be
and
for
all
next
that.
year. It's true.
imagine?
Sign a contract. If
Yeah,
you
yeah,
die
yeah.
from electrocution, we are not responsible.
For a podcast or for the pod.
Can you imagine?
the
All for
views.
content.
All for the views. Okay, so should I just start and then? Oh,
Yeah, you
wow.
can kind of
Okay,
give it a
damn.
little bit of a go and just see how
Tester.
steady your hands are.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, damn. Okay.
It's not as easy as it looks, is it?
It's not. Oh, the corners. Okay. Okay, goddamn. Okay, this is why I am not a doctor. Because,
Where did the accent come from?
well, I'm Nigerian. My family are Nigerian.
Okay, so that was the mother tongue just slipping out
that's
there.
it.
As we do, as we do, as we do.
We do that as well all the time.
Okay, what you put on? What's your
The
heritage?
Jamaican
Jamaican
accents,
heritage.
yes, definitely. You know how we do.
It's got to be
Back
done,
out into the
right?
patois sometimes.
Okay, I've had a trial run.
Okay, that wasn't too bad.
That wasn't
Two
too
little
bad.
buzzies here and there.
Yeah, quite a few.
So let's see if we
Quite
can
a
add some
few.
questions to it.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go the other way.
Okay. Not too difficult, just to get to
And
know you.
don't forget the camera. Make sure you give the camera a look at eye or two.
Yeah, it's true. Wow, look, camera and this. Damn. Okay,
But you're an
here we
actor. I'm sure you can do that.
go. I know. Well, I do sing, act, and dance.
Oh,
but
singing in there as well.
Yeah, so I trained in musical theatre.
Oh, nice.
So half of the jobs I've done have been like musicals in like the West End or like regional stuff. But I've started to get into more kind of TV, film, and voiceovers over the past few years, which has been really nice.
Lovely.
I'm terrible at this, guys.
Man of many talents. No, you'll be fine.
Okay. You'll be cool. Okay, so first question is, if you could date any celebrity,
Yes,
who would it be and why?
Megan Good.
Oh, that was quick.
Yeah, she's my girl. She is.
Celebrity crush.
Yeah, 100%.
Is that like a
Yeah.
long-standing one? That's like
Since
way.
she was young.
I
Or is
think
it something recent?
you know. I think you always have a few.
Yeah.
When you're younger, so
Yeah.
I mean, Angelina Jolie was there, Megan Good was there. I mean, Halle Berry was there. Classic.
Yeah, of course.
But Megan Good, she's just, I don't know, every time I've seen her on screen and in interviews, she just has this like divine feminine about her that is
Yeah.
just like just very powerful.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's the way it comes across, and of course, she's a beautiful
she
woman.
is.
So
Megan's a
that
good
goes
one.
without that goes without saying. Yeah,
Lovely.
that's what I would say.
I heard it buzz though.
I know. Like if I talk enough, damn it. Sorry.
Quick question about Meg though. Do you prefer her with the meat on or how she looks now with the meat off? Because she's lost a lot of weight recently, hasn't she?
He was like the meat.
I feel I'll be honest, I've never seen her where I've been like, no.
Yeah.
I'm being honest.
Yeah.
She does look great now. I'm not gonna take that away from her. So if this is part of her growth journey, then I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna salute you, girl.
Okay.
So
Lovely.
yeah, I'd say now.
All right. Fair play. Well, we'll agree with you with that one. Megan is a good-looking woman.
Lovely.
Okay, so name something that gives you the ick when you're dating a woman.
That's a good question.
You can't stop.
I can't stop. Damn it. Okay, I'll just keep going until you tell me wrong. I would say. Anyway, she's like,
It's the ick.
that's the ick. I'd say just a lack of emotional maturity. For me, emotional intelligence and emotional maturity is very important to me. I find that very attractive. And so I say lack of emotional maturity in terms of lack of her own emotional awareness.
Yeah.
Maybe being too, I think, because part of having the emotional maturity is being able to go, okay, I recognize this happened, but I can take accountability for my emotions and, how I respond, right? Because
accountability being a massive thing.
Big thing.
100% big thing. So yeah, I'd say emotional maturity and intelligence. Because I've, typical guy, like, especially when you start out as a guy, you're just like, oh, I'm just going to date the most attractive girl I can. And then you kind of get over that and you're like, oh, okay, just because she's attractive, that doesn't mean she has the qualities that's right for me for a relationship.
There you go.
So yeah, I'd say a lack of that for me is a big turn off.
Very sticky, icky.
Yeah, I would say, yeah.
No, I'd agree. From a woman's perspective, in terms of looking for a man, that's something that I would.
It's important, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, last one then.
Okay.
So you've just done a 10-year stretch in prison.
I've just done a what, sorry?
A 10-year stretch in prison. Put yourself in
This
acting.
is for a film, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
put yourself in
I'll
acting
do it.
mode now.
Yes. Okay.
Your belly's rumbling. What have you been thinking about in your cell? Like, what food do you want to indulge in?
Okay.
What is on your plate? Home cooked meal.
Okay. Well, listen,
I'm sure they didn't think that she was going to go that way with that question.
I didn't either.
Knowing what we normally ask, we were really nice with that, You
were. I appreciate it. Okay, so definitely I'm a Nigerian man. I'm a West African man, so definitely some jollof rice with some dodo or plantain. We call it dodo.
Can you explain dodo, please?
Dodo is like it's part of the plant family, the banana family. So it looks like a banana, but you can have it fried or you can have it boiled.
That sounds similar to plantain.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry. Dodo is what we call plantain.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. So that's what we call plantain
cool.
in Yoruba, in Nigerian. So plantain with some chicken and red stew.
Nice.
Red
That's
stew.
me, and I love my spices. I love spicy food.
There we
I am
go.
terrible at multitasking. See, I'm talking about
We
food.
work.
and my
We
hands
have
like,
worked that out.
Damn, you got me.
Where's
That
the veg?
does-
Say again.
There's no veg on that plate.
Oh, I'd say broccoli on there for sure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'd say broccoli on there for sure. That comes last. That's the least favorite.
Remember,
part.
he's just on a stretch in prison. I don't think he cares.
That's it. Exactly. She knows.
I don't think he cares. But no, that completes your talk to the hen.
Wow, that was stressful.
Was it?
Stressful.
Everybody says that. We're like, oh, it's not, but we're not doing it.
Exactly.
It isn't.
Multitasking, isn't it?
But yeah, we did ask you to bring along a little bit of a little bit of an object that best describes you.
Yes.
So yeah, reveal.
Yeah, of course. So you this back here. So I brought upon the Shan et al. Whipped body butter.
Oh,
which is
okay.
like it's like a special kind of like body cocoa butter in that sense. But the ingredients are all natural. It's very rich, so you don't need to use that much to moisturize. And when you feel it, it really gives you this nice moisturizing glow.
Okay.
which you kind of have now.
Stop! I had to use it this morning. Had to be done. And I'll probably say Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, I've got a little bit left.
Do you mind if we
please, have a go. Please, have a go. Test it out.
Can we smell it as well?
Yeah, of course.
That's very important.
Strong.
Yeah. So it's given to me.
Smells like the real deal. That does. Gosh.
Yeah.
And it is neroli and mandarin.
Yeah.
Okay, whipped body butter. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's really, really nice, really good for the skin. And I guess I'll probably say I kind of chose that to represent me in a sense that, you know, maybe there's plenty of different kinds of body butters out there, but they're, you know, the natural ingredients in that sense, you know, I very much, like when I train or whatever, I'm very much doing it the natural way. I've never taken any kind of supplements in that sense and stuff like that. And also, while there's many butters out there, this brings its own unique quality to it. And that's what I like to believe I bring to a relationship and to people's lives. At least that's what I aim for. So, yeah.
What a bloody good thing to bring in.
That's interesting.
How much does that just tell us about you?
Yeah.
I'll take it.
I like it.
You can try some of this at the end. It's really nice.
I know. I think I'm going to...
Where would you get that from?
So I ordered it online. So I literally just ordered in Utah.
Because I haven't seen that in any of the shops.
This is what I'm saying. When you're saying the body butters, there's so many different brands. People are doing all the mixtures, homemade remedies, etc., etc. So to pick one is quite. You have to find the right one for you.
100%.
So no, not long ago I went to like the Black Pound Day events, and I tried so many.
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
honestly, it was nice to just go and do the
specific to your skin.
And people were making them at home, obviously selling them, doing their own little business and stuff. And it's nice to support the black businesses when they're whipping everything up together and you know it's all natural. But it was nice to just go around the little stores, test everything out.
Yeah, 100%.
Lovely. Big them up.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, no, it's nice. That was a nice little get to know you segment for us. But we really did bring you in today. Yeah. Because we made this little connection online. Because you're a dating coach.
I am indeed.
You're a dating coach. Where does that come from though?
So I kind of fell into it by accident.
Yeah.
So I've always had male and female friends come to me for dating advice. And they always felt that my advice really helped them and really worked in that sense. I guess because I'm a very observant person, I have a natural curiosity for psychology in that sense. So I've read quite a few books on that. But, you know, I just observe, you know, in the world, like what works, what doesn't. And this helps with success in any field, right? You look at someone and you be like, okay, why are they successful? What do they do that I haven't started incorporating yet? And then how do I incorporate that into myself and then start getting the results? And then, you know, I'm a creative person. So I just started putting videos on YouTube out for fun as a hobby. I think I was doing Tina the Musical at the time in London. Nice. And then I started gaining traction and then people started messaging.
You weren't Ike, by the way, was you?
No, I wasn't. I played her son in it. I played Craig.
Okay.
Yeah. But actually, he's actually my mentor. The actor who played Ike. He's actually my acting mentor. He won the Olivia Award for it. Actually.
Fantastic. Yeah, it was a good musical. I took my mum to see it.
Oh, did you? Yeah, it's
fantastic.
A fun time. It's a fun time for sure. And then I gained some traction. People started messaging me saying, hey, I really love your content. It's really helped me. Can you coach me through the situation? And I was like, yeah, sure. And that's kind of how it started. And kind of 4 years later, here we are.
So how do you become a dating coach, though, from there? Because obviously you've been putting stuff out. Is there is there qualification? Because this is really new, isn't it? And I feel like the dating world at the moment is massively like on everyone's tip of the
It's absolute chaos out there. And that's all you're hearing is people's chaotic stories.
Yeah.
Nobody has a real like plain sailing smooth story anymore. It's just crazy out there.
Yeah, I'll probably say the people who have the plain sailing are just very happy. They're just getting on with their lives. So they're not, we don't hear from them.
It's the single, the proper single people.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like the news, like only bad news makes news.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good happening in the world, but we actually don't hear about it as much. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not qualified in any sense of the word. I'm just a guy with an opinion.
And I'm glad that you've said that.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of people who claim to have all this, give you all this advice and claim that they're this and they're that, but they don't have it on paper. But you've actually admitted that you don't have it on paper, but you're still, you know, open to giving advice.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's a good thing because I feel like I've been watching, is it Married at First Sight?
Yeah.
And I feel like the panel's been good. but I don't feel like they've been giving the best
people
advice.
The matching's
just
just
been
off this season.
I've been like,
Hasn't
okay,
it?
I've been giving them a bit of a side. I was like, for the qualifications that you lot might say you have as a collective, I don't really see how it's been put into practice.
See, this is the thing. It's like, for me, you know, sometimes people say, oh, you're not qualified, etc. I'm like, look, either my advice is good and gets you the results, or it doesn't. So far, it's been getting people the results. So until that stops,
there
it
you
is
go.
what it is,
Keep
right?
going.
This is it.
But the thing is, and even when I've read books from like Laurie Gottlieb, from Esther Perel, you know, I'm reading Orion Taraban right now. These are all clinical psychologists in like couples therapy and stuff like that. And I read it I don't read it like what they say is gospel. Like, what if I read something, I'll be like, okay, do I see that resonate in what's happening today? Do I see that resonate in how we are as men and as women? If it does, then I'm like, wow, that's something that that I've taken as a learning.
Yeah.
But the game is always evolving. The landscape is always evolving.
Exactly.
So what worked 20, 30 years ago isn't going to work today.
Definitely not.
Do you see what I'm saying? So if you have and I think that's why it's really important that, you know, they say you either evolve or you die, right? And you have to be able to adapt your coaching, or, you know. So my teacher is life, essentially. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen a couple of clips from Married at First Sight, some of that advice, and I'm like,
whoa,
that's
like,
terrible
what?
guidance.
Have you watched this series?
I haven't watched. I've seen only a couple of clips. You know, like short clips on Instagram.
Yeah,
and stuff like
it has been all over Insta, hasn't it?
Yeah, because this was a series that has really blown up because certain characters and things like that, and certain traits that people have got. I feel like the women have been dreadful this year.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah. They've really had a lot of.
I know it's bad to say, but don't you feel like that's mimicking what's really going on out there in the real world?
Yeah, you said it, not me.
It's really.
Sorry, ladies.
It's been difficult to watch. I'm not gonna lie, as a woman, and I'm a woman, but I can look at that and say, no, the women have been hard work.
Can you give me in a few phrases, like sum up what it's been like?
Well, to be honest, I did see at one of the dinner parties just recently that, you know, and that clip was on Instagram. A woman she called him a narcissist, and then she threw the red wine all over his, and he wasn't wearing a dark colour either. Yeah. Did you see that?
I did see that. Yeah.
No, she hasn't been fantastic all the way through the series. She's been really hard work. Right. They didn't have an instant connection physically at all, and she's found that really difficult because he said he didn't find her his type, but then he'd slept with her a few times, and I think that crossed wires in her head and made her feel like, well, you've slept with me, so there must be something physically attractive about me. So he's mixed the messages, and that wasn't a good start for him. Because then the rest of the season, then when he hadn't touched her, she's like, well, what's going on?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So it was really difficult. For them too. But there's just been so many different scenarios that we could pick out and create loads of topics from, honestly.
It's mad.
You know, even things like, you know, who's going to make the move if, you know, we come out of this and, you know, we want to make it work. There's somebody from not far from us actually, where we grew up.
Oh, in Warsaw.
Yeah, Warsaw, big up Warsaw. And she actually doesn't want to leave her family. She doesn't have any children, but she's got obviously mom and dad and that she's very close to. She doesn't want to leave. He lives in Manchester. He's got a daughter.
So he don't want to leave.
So he's like, well, do I really want to leave my city?
Why did you even go on the show where you know you're going to meet people that potentially are not going to
do not live in the city? So it's who makes the move. It's just there's just lots of different things. But it's interesting. I love watching things like that. I've always been into those dating shows because you just get to see so many different. I mean, we were in Love Is Blind.
Yeah, we have been.
And all of those dating shows. It just really.
It's like an experiment, isn't it? It's just like it's good to see. It's like how they put the rats in the little, and you watch them and see what they do. This is what it feels like.
That's exactly
because you're just seeing how people react in the different circumstances, and boy, it's different.
I actually have one of my clients is on the next Love Is Blind that's coming out.
Really?
UK one.
Yeah, she's on the next one. So a couple of our sessions we were talking about what happened on there. So I'm intrigued to see how she did.
It worked out.
And yeah,
exciting.
Yeah, it's one of those. And yeah, that is a common misconception. Like you said in that scenario, that he slept with her, but he was like, "Oh, I'm not really that attracted to you." Guys can sleep with women they're not attracted to.
There you go. So simple.
They can.
There ain't no breakdown.
Women don't do that.
No, we don't.
So that's why it can be
Seriously.
like, wait, what? I don't understand. Completely get it. But guys.
And if women do it, it's for some type of gain. If you get what I mean.
Yeah, exactly. It's for gain outside of that a lot of the time. But yeah, so I'm sorry that happened to her and stuff. But then I would say she clearly lacks emotional control.
Yeah.
If she's gonna be dashing that out, that's just not appropriate.
The females have not been nice. Just quite volatile. But it's one of those ones, isn't it? You get to see the differences, how tolerant some of the men can be, which is fantastic. I think it's really good.
That's mad.
I think it's really good that some of the men they're walking off, because instead of having that argument there and then, like he walked off, his friends followed him, trying to speak to him and calm him down a little bit. Yeah. Instead of him biting back, which he could have done, very easily. Yeah. There's a lot of men that would have just told her about herself in that moment. Yeah. But he did well.
Yeah, no, fair play to him. It's a good test for him, right?
Yeah, exactly.
No, a good test for him.
So in today's dating world, because it is such rife, obviously we have followers that have different things going on. What is the core foundation of what you would give advice-wise to somebody who is out there single and wanting to find their person? And I know it's a big, massive process, but what are the fundamental things that you think they should be looking for? Or, the behaviour patterns, or just the mindset they should be going out there with in order to find that person?
Yeah,
in this modern dating world. Today.
All about today.
What are the do's and don'ts?
Yeah, 100%. So my general advice, just on that initial question, is different for men and women, right? So if I do ladies first, for women, I would say recognize the difference between sexual attention and romantic intention.
That's a good one.
Right? Just because a guy will sleep with you does not mean he's open to a relationship, right? Women invest with their sexual time, but men invest with their non-sexual time, right? So if I ask you, which girl is this guy taking more seriously? Girl A, who he maybe, spends the weekend with, maybe they go on walks, maybe they read together. Nothing physical maybe actually happens, but they're spending that time. Yeah. Or the girl who he goes around her house at 9 p.m. Friday night and then he leaves the following morning. Who's he taking more seriously?
It's girl A.
Of course, right? Because men invest with their non-sexual time. Whereas if we flip it, if we say, okay, who's the girl taking more seriously? The guy who spends a weekend with her, maybe he helps her move some stuff around her apartment, maybe they're going on walks and stuff, but nothing intimate happens. Or the guy who she goes out Friday evening with, she spends the night with him, they have fun together, and then she leaves the following morning.
It's definitely boy B.
100%, right? Because that's how women invest with their sexual time.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes for women, they can think that guys date the same way they do. And so they think, oh, well, because he's sleeping with me, that means he's open to something. And that's not the case. It's not, is he sleeping with me? It's not, we shouldn't be asking ourselves the question as a woman, oh, if he's sleeping with me, that means he wants me. It's, can he still spend time with me when he's not sleeping with me?
Yeah.
It's that.
And that's actually an indicator of whether he's actually intentional with you or not.
But that's a clear indicator, isn't it? You couldn't.
We know that from early, don't we?
Yeah, but we don't watch it as females. Like you said, we would go with the one that gives us that sexual time because we feel like the intimacy is giving us that closeness. We want
the intimacy.
Whereas that person
we're hoping that the intimacy
is going to lead on to more.
Yeah, no, that's not how it works. It's
the way you said that with the smile.
It's not how it works.
That's not how it works. So there's something called oxytocin, which is naturally released in women when they're being intimate, which is the bonding hormone. But it's not released in men through sex.
Okay, so thank you, God.
It's true. So men release oxytocin through other ways. So for example,
going to the gym.
That's endorphins. Endorphins.
Yeah.
So oxytocin to bond with said woman. It would be for example, when he opens up to her about something quite vulnerable and she provides that space for him.
Okay.
It would be something like maybe, let's say he's really jet lagged from coming back from a holiday or maybe a business trip or something. And, you know, when he like wakes up, the meal's there in front of him made, and she's like, oh, wow, this woman actually wants to be attentive to me.
Yeah.
Those are the ways that he starts to bond to her emotionally, not through the sex, right? And so as a woman, when you can do that and be that for a man, and, you know, he is reciprocal of that, he receives that, that's when he starts to see in a different light and be like, wow, this is a woman that I want to keep around.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas for guys, it's like he can do all that for the girl, but if she's not interested, she'll take it, but it's not going any further, right? She's laughing because she knows that's what she's done before. That guys do all the most. They're like, why don't you like Michelle? She's like, well, it is what it is.
You're not my type.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
So
Even if they're doing all of those things, if we don't find them attractive, it's really difficult.
But that's the thing. I think it's something that I'm definitely trying to learn is that the type means nothing. Like, you've got to look at it as a blank canvas, because it doesn't mean that that person's for you just because it's your type. Yeah, you do have to have the attractive side to it, but it's like, it's so hard because
that can grow.
Yeah, it can.
It can,
but
some
sometimes
instances.
you're not open to letting it grow.
Yeah, I would say that generally speaking, it can grow. A woman's attraction can grow for the man, even if initially she wasn't like crazy about his looks.
Yeah.
Obviously, she can't be like repulsed by him, otherwise that's probably just not going to happen, right?
No.
But if she's like a bit comme ci comme ça about it, and
I haven't heard that for ages. Come
have
see,
you
come
not comme ci comme ça? He's a bit comme ci comme ça.
Woo!
If she's on the fence about his attractiveness, but then he shows a lot of great qualities, like he's intelligent, he's funny, he's attentive, etc., then her attraction can grow for him. Does not happen the other way around.
Yeah.
For guys, it's like if he either finds you attractive and he would be that way, or he just doesn't matter how much of a great person he is, and it's just like a polarity thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It has to work both ways for men.
Yeah, but one thing I would say though is the benefit for a woman is most men find most women attractive.
I'm just confused now.
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you're right.
I get what you're saying.
Like, their spectrum is a lot wider than ours.
Way a lot wider, right? And most women,
we're like that.
100%. Most women find most men as unattractive.
Yeah, it's true.
We'll find more icks about them.
Yeah,
than
we
positives.
will.
Yeah,
because sometimes it's not that they're not attractive, but we'll be like, oh no, he did that.
Yeah,
That's mad.
What I would say though, and it's part of the work I do, is if not saying that looks aren't important, right? They do play a part. Of course, you want that attraction, but I would say if this is man or woman, if the main thing for why you're choosing someone is based on their looks, that's a very masculine way to date. And so you're unlikely to get the results that you want as a woman if you're purely choosing based on the looks aspect, because, you know, a lot of the times, sometimes guys who are very, very, very attractive, if they're used to getting by on their looks, they may be lacking in other areas, like in character
not
and
maybe.
stuff like that.
They are.
Well, there you go.
You
heard it here first. So, and guys have that experience as well, but guys are very visual in that sense. So that does play a bigger part for them.
It's quite simple, isn't it, really? It is. But what do you think the problem is? What do you think is the major problem as to why people are not connecting on that level?
You're going to say social media, aren't you?
Well, I mean, that plays a part. I would say some hard truths, I guess, but I think this is...
Give it to them.
Yeah. The people want to hear it, man, because there are a lot of single people out there that are just, you know, they can maybe just trying to find their, you know, number one now. And
yeah, of course. So we live in a globalized dating market now, right? It's not localized. So back in the day, the girl from Norfolk, she would choose and marry a guy within her town of Norfolk, right? But now with social media, dating apps, online technology, easy to get, you know, everywhere. Now she can, you know, match with the hotshot lawyer from London, with the producer from LA, with the, you know, athlete from France, right?
Yeah.
And so the guy now in her class, you know, the 21, 22-year-old guy in her class, you know, who's now her peer, doesn't seem that attractive compared to these other options, right? So that's why it's a lot harder for guys, because now he's not just competing with the guys in her local circles, she's competing with everybody, right? Anyone who she can connect with. And if she goes to all these events and stuff and all these high value men there, then that's why it's harder for guys. The issue for a lot of women that I see, and this isn't nice to say, but it is the truth, is that when guys are just looking for sex, their standards of what they would choose for a relationship is very different than what they choose for casual.
Okay.
So, like I said, guys can have sex with a girl that he's not even attracted to, right? Because she provides easy sexual access for him.
Mm-hmm.
And so what can happen, or what I see a lot, is you can have a woman who is maybe indulging sexually with these different kinds of guys, and she's like, why did none of them want to commit? Now, part of it could be because how she dates. Is she dating in a way that serves her? That does play a part. Yeah. But also there's an element of the hard truth, I guess, is maybe that guy was only indulging in you because you provided easy sexual access, not because he's actually attracted to you.
Yeah.
And so the issue is that it is very easy for a lot of women to use sex to get access to guys who would never actually choose them. And
so we kind of know it and kind of utilize it to our advantage, but when we're in that space, we can't understand why they don't want us on a higher level than what they've got us at the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there are a lot of women that go through that, and then they crave that.
They're in limbo, aren't they?
Yeah, they crave like the attention, but then, they want to be in a relationship, but then they go about it by putting themselves out there sexually, but not really understanding why people aren't taking them seriously. It's just...
Yeah. So because there's a correlation between the higher value and attractive a guy is, the easier it is that she will provide sexual opportunity for him. Mm-hmm. Which means she'll naturally approach it in a way that is only sexual indulgence for him, but he's not actually choosing her in that sense. One thing I say as well, like people like to talk about their level. Like, what's my level? What's my level? For guys, your level is who you can be physically intimate with.
Yeah.
For women, it's not who you can be physically intimate with, it's who can commit to you. That's where your level is.
Okay.
Right? So the guy who will actually give you that serious investment, the guy who will actually commit to you, that's the guy who is matching where you're at currently.
But you never hear people say it that way, though. You always hear them talking about, because I'm working and I've got a good job, it needs to be somebody that's earning this and somebody that's got this and blah, 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 blah. They never talk about that.
Yeah, so I understand that desire for sure, because women are hypergamous by nature. Do you know what I mean if I say hypergamous?
No.
So you want someone on your level or above.
Yeah.
Which is essentially what that is, right? So if I'm earning this much, I want him to earn the same as me or more. If I own my own home, I want him to own his own home, if not two.
Yeah,
right? If I drive, he needs to drive, etc. Right? That cool, of course. But I think the mistake that they can make is that the things that make a man attractive is different than the things that make a woman attractive, right? And we're talking generally. So if what makes a man attractive is his competency, his intelligence, his success, all of that, especially
and ambition for me.
And ambition, of course, and ambition. Those are not attraction triggers for men. So a guy has never looked at a successful woman and be like, wow, she's so successful, she's for me. Guys don't do that. Right?
Because they don't want a woman that's more successful because they're going to feel small.
It's not actually about that.
You don't think
hard work?
It's actually not about that. It's just, they're just attracted to different things. So the success is a bonus, but it's not a reason. So like, for example, the reason I said Megan Good isn't because she's a superstar, it's because she's a beautiful feminine woman. Whether she was a superstar or an absolute nobody, my answer would be the same.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
If I ask you, who's like your crush?
Celebrity crush. Yeah. Oh, there's a few.
Yeah.
But no, okay, I'll just throw one out there.
Go for it.
Nas then, the rapper.
Nas.
I've liked him since I was a kid, teenager. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. So like, obviously he's a superstar, right? Saying his success is very attractive.
Yeah.
Right? If he wasn't in that position, if he didn't have that drive to be there, but he's still the same personality, do you think he'd be as attractive to people?
Oh, Sophie.
You can say, tell me what you think.
Say.
Tell me what you want. What do you think?
Possibly. It's hard because I don't know him personally. I don't know what his personality's like.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I mean, like I said, they're just, men and women tend to look for different things. Like, there are different things that make men attractive and make women attractive to, the opposite sex. And so and I say this because I primarily coach women, and most of my clients are like the strong, independent, successful women ready to settle down.
Yeah.
Right?
And I bet they've got it all, haven't they? And I bet they're stunning. They've got everything, but they're just
struggling
to find somebody.
Yeah.
It's hard.
So a lot of a lot of the reason why they struggle to attract the kind of men that they want is because for most people, not all, but for most people, to be successful in any industry, you have to be quite alpha, you have to be quite dominant, you have to be quite aggressive, right? Like nobody's going to just say, hey, come and take the top position. It's very competitive. Those are very masculine qualities, right? So if you're a person who's very successful in any industry, it's very likely that you sit in that masculine side of yourself because that has helped you succeed, right? Which is a great thing. But then the issue is that they bring that energy into their romantic lives.
Yep.
And if you're going to bring the masculine into your romantic life, you're going to attract the feminine men.
Yeah.
So you're going to attract the guys who are looking to you to make the plan, looking to you to lead, looking to you for guidance.
But that's not what they want.
Exactly.
Normally, they want the domineering ones, don't they?
Well,
Possibly.
they want the male equivalent of them.
Yeah.
But it's like that guy, if he's masculine, successful, etc., he's not looking for another him. He's looking for someone who's complementary to what he brings to the table. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And like, it's like, okay, if she's successful, great, that's a bonus. But I'm not going to choose her just because she's successful.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Looks might play a different part. Her feminine energy might play a different part. How she chooses to show up for a relationship. And this is one thing that I think we all have to be honest. People don't choose us for who we are. They choose us for how we show up. Because you can be a great person, but if you're treating me down here, how can I choose you?
It's true.
And if I'm treating you down here, how can you choose me?
Yeah, man.
So it's not about, oh, I'm an amazing person.
like
It's
that.
how do you show up
Yeah.
that makes that person want to choose you?
Yeah.
And do they show up in a way that makes you want to choose them? Does that make sense?
I think,
because you can be seeing somebody, just seeing them, and then you can see things and you think, oh no, I don't want a relationship now because I've seen this, you know. So they're showing you different parts of them, and then it can help you make that decision as to whether you want to take it to the next level or not.
Yeah, very true.
different. It's just rough out there, but I feel like there's been some gems that you've dropped there that can help.
Definitely.
Some of the single people out there that are looking for their significant other because it's difficult. And I think a lot of what you said there is not the normal advice that you would normally hear.
This is the real advice, man.
Yeah.
It's just being real about this is how to navigate the landscape.
Yeah.
So like one thing I always say for women, if you're dating a guy and you don't know if he's taking you seriously, try and meet with him where sex is off the table. Can you meet with him for a coffee? Can you go for a walk? Can you meet with him for lunch somewhere and then go your separate ways after? If you cannot meet with him where sex is off the table, he's not taking it seriously.
No.
He's not.
Let's stop digging in the phones. Let's start digging about these type of things and being a bit more proactive with what matters.
and sitting down in different environments where, like you say, you know, you can't just be completely intimate. And you have to engage in conversation.
No, but just the fact if they show up alone will tell you a lot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
And we have to be careful, like, because sometimes, you know, like dinner near his house doesn't count. Because you have dinner and then you go back to his. Right? So sex is still on the table.
Yeah.
But it needs to be, okay, we're gonna go for a walk in Epping Forest today for the afternoon and maybe have lunch. And then it's like, oh, I'm gonna go see my girls, but we can have this afternoon together. If he's serious, if he's serious about you, he wants to get to know you. Like he's gonna invest in getting to know you. So he's gonna be like, yeah, of course, fine.
Yeah.
But the guys who aren't, they're gonna
reschedule that to 11 o'clock at night.
Of course, because for them, he's thinking, well, the only reason I'm entertaining this is for the sexual gratification.
So what am I
indulgence.
going out and spending the extra time?
If I'm not getting that, why would I show up?
Yeah,
that's true. The guy's thought process. If he's not taking it seriously,
and you know what? I believe you, because the first date with my partner was lunch in the daytime.
There you go. Yeah.
And yeah. So yeah, that's made me smile.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
It showed you with him, you nutter.
I know, but the fact we're still together and it's just, do you know what I mean? But hearing you say it has made me smile because it's like, yeah, we had lunch. He showed up. We had a beautiful lunch.
Yeah.
And then we went our separate ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
But yes, guys, I hope you've had your notepads through this episode and you've been writing all this down.
Rewind and
yes, you can rewind. YouTube allows you to do that. Do that, and definitely write a lot of what Kit has given you because I feel like he's given you some gems. Where can I find you on social media in order to, if they want to go and dig deeper into their dating life?
So you can find me at Stay Slick with Kit on Instagram, on TikTok, and on YouTube.
Lovely.
Excellent.
Lovely. And any plans for the near future? Anything else that you got in the pipeline?
So I've just been asked. I've had like 3 or 4 interviews this week. I've just been asked for another interview And then I'm gonna go to Australia in a few weeks and spend Christmas there, which would be
That'd
nice.
be
Just have a nice
That'd
time
be really
away.
nice.
You're gonna do work over there as well, or
I probably will still be coaching some of my clients for sure.
Yeah.
But I'll be doing it like take a slight step back and just enjoy the beach over there. I think.
Okay.
Go
nice.
get him now, guys. Go get him now. But yes, thank you for joining us, everybody. As we said, we're sponsored by Shake It Well. We are interrupting this pod for a moment to let you know that this episode is sponsored by Haven Talk Studio.
it's a content creation studio where you're guaranteed to create some entertaining and eye-catching content.
Whether you want to create a podcast, tutorial video, an audio book, or live stream, Haven Talk Studios got you covered.
So book now using our discount code Grapevine15, or if you're interested in block bookings, use code GrapevineBlock15. That'll give you 15% off.
To find out more about Haven Talk Studio, visit their website on www.haventalks.co.uk.
You can also find everything we have mentioned in the description below.
Now let's get back to the episode. And you can check us out every Tuesday on Hot 92 FM, 6 till 8 drive time. We allow you to have a little gossip, a little tune, and a little bit of the quiet storm.
Yes, we do.
A little slow jam.
Something for you to tune into when you get chance.
We'll send you the link.
100%. Send me the link.
Yeah. So we do it's basically just podding and playing music.
Nice.
But we talk about like social media and stuff and celebrity news and bits and bobs. Yeah.
Yep. But we will definitely see you again soon. We want you to do that most important thing that you should be doing when you're watching our podcast, and
click that like button.
Subscribe,
please. And you know what? Share as well, please.
Share.
Whoever you think might enjoy our content.
And then you should go and creep across to our Instagram page and add us on grapevine.podcast.